Now, KCAU 9 News starts with your forecast first.
Hey, good evening, Siouxland. Taking a live look out from the KCAU 9 studio camera. We've seen conditions that are pretty picturesque today with sunshine and clear blue skies, but we're starting to see that sunset now as we're starting to cool off a little bit. More and more Siouxland now dropping into the 60s, but that's still above seasonal as we were able to reach up into the 70s for the region, but we are creeping into our first 50s up by Estherville. But I'll let you know if we're going to continue this warming trend over the next few days and just how the weekend's going to look as KCAU 9 News starts right now.
We are Siouxland proud. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
And good Thursday evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Tim Seaman. The conflict in Israel continues with many civilians there worried to go outside of their homes. And that conflict is reaching all the way to Siouxland, where one family worried about their extended family. The special path these families are on in our top story tonight at 6 o'clock. In 2017, Tomer Levnar Azariah and his husband, Doron, got married, eventually wanting to start a family. They ended up looking for a surrogate in the United States and ended up meeting Carrie Watts and her family here in Sioux City. At the time, Carrie was already carrying another family's child, but later agreed to help Tomer and Doron. Months later, giving the couple 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl. That starting a relationship that continues today.
We wanted someone that will be a family for us because we think that this is the best, the most amazing gift that a person can get when he's unable to do it himself. And because of that, Carrie became like a sister for us.
They actually have a book that they kind of drafted up and had created for the oldest, so that way they read it to him. He knows who I am. He knows kind of what part I play in the family, and so it's really nice to have that, like, be that involved with them.
Each day, the armed conflict between Palestinian militant groups led by Hamas and Israel continues. So too do the tensions for this family. Conflict continues in Gaza due to the ongoing conflict there, so much so that Tomer and his family are working to come to the United States, possibly living in Sioux City. Coming up tonight at 10, KCAU 9 reporter Tyler Uchter shares more on his conversation with both families, including how Tomer and his family are staying safe as the war rages on, and where plans stand now to relocate here to the United States. In Israel, the defense minister there has ordered ground troops to be ready to invade Gaza. Israel's defense forces continuing to pound that area with retaliatory airstrikes following the October 7th attack by Hamas that killed more than 1,400 people, with more than 4,500 others injured and at least 200 held hostage. That's all according to Israeli authorities. Now a ground invasion by the IDF seems imminent. The Hamas-run Palestinian Health Ministry saying that more than 3,700 have been killed in Gaza, with more than 3 times that number of people injured. During President Biden's recent visit to Israel, he was able to broker a deal to get humanitarian aid finally into Gaza.
Israel has been badly victimized, but the truth is that if they have an opportunity to relieve suffering of people who have nowhere to go, it's what they should do.
And tonight, the U.S. State Department advising Americans abroad to use extra caution due to the increased tensions caused by the Israel-Hamas war. President Biden is set to address the nation this evening at 7 o'clock from the Oval Office. He's expected to discuss the U.S.'s response to the war in Israel. And because of this, ABC will be bumping its Thursday night primetime programming back. The programming will continue throughout the evening, meaning KCAU 9 News at 10 will air slightly later than normal. The Golden Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise will air in their entirety following the presidential address. The U.S. House of Representatives remains in recess, subject to call of the chair. A third vote on Speaker of the House has been called off for now. Lawmakers looked as those they were coming close to a deal today that would have empowered North Carolina Representative Patrick McHenry to temporarily function as the House Speaker until January. It would have gotten the House moving once again. GOP Speaker nominee, Ohio Representative Jim Jordan, says Republicans dropped that plan, however. McHenry has been serving his interim speaker role with limited powers since McCarthy was ousted.
We made the pitch to members on the resolution as a way to lower the temperature and get back to work. We decided that wasn't where we're going to go. I'm still running for speaker, and I plan to go to the floor and get the votes and win this race.
Nebraska Representative Mike Flood has introduced his own resolution expanding McHenry's power. His plan would have McHenry speaker until November 30th, which falls after the government shutdown date.
Now, reasonable people could change that date to January 3rd. The reason I picked November 30th was I think there still has to be some urgency in picking the next speaker, but we should not consider any resolution on a temporary basis that doesn't vest the Speaker of the House of Representatives with the full authority of that office.
I think I got mixed feelings. There's pros and cons. There's like most things, there's not 100 or a 0 here. On the good side, we got to move some legislation. We got to support Israel. We need to work on fiscal matters with a CR expiring in 17 November. So I think for our country we need it, but I think it may delay the speaker's thing. We got to come to a conclusion here and get it done.
Again, late today, Republicans gave up on that plan to power McHenry. Representative Bacon saying that he hopes that Jim Jordan will concede if he loses more votes from the third round of voting for the speaker's position. Time to check back in with meteorologist Victor Perez tonight. And after a great day, Victor, folks probably wondering how chilly it will get or if it even will.
Yeah, we've been seeing very warm conditions, and that warm weather will be sticking around for a little bit here in Siouxland, as we saw that 70s were the highs, and we gained about 15 degrees compared to yesterday. And the 7-day patch set forecast is going to show that temperatures are expected to be warm not only tomorrow, but even through the weekend, though we do dip back down. We see that dip in temperatures coming up as we'll have a dip thanks to a front that passes through tomorrow, as we see conditions that will stay clear despite that front passing and dry as well. We're not expecting those showers coming up until about a week away, so we got a little bit of clearance with more dry conditions till then. Tim?
Well, this week is National Teen Driver Safety Week. It's giving parents and guardians a chance to have a conversation with children about safe driving habits. Motor vehicle crashes are a leading cause of death for those between the ages of 15 and 18 in the U.S. Officials say that it's important for teens to put down the phone and focus on the road when they get behind the wheel.
You can either lock your phone away in your glove compartment or put it in the back seat where you can't reach it, or just simply turn it off. Or there's obviously apps on your phone that you can have it not, receive texts while you're driving. So whatever you do, just to limit that temptation for you to be on your phone to keep you safe.
Of course, drivers are always cautioned to wear a seatbelt and drive at the correct speed limit whenever out on the highway. Well, several community colleges in northwest Iowa have received grants to modernize and expand their commercial driving license training programs. Northwest Iowa Community College picking up just more than $300,000 to expand its CDL Train and Test CDL program. That money will be used to get vehicles and hire more staff for an additional 90 individuals on a yearly basis. Iowa Lakes Community College, meanwhile, picking up $240,000 to start a new CDL program. The college will buy 1 to 2 trucks and a trailer combination. A simulator as well will be used there. And at Western Iowa Tech Community College here in Sioux City, more than $200,000 has been pumped into the program. Those funds used to expand a concrete pad at the Beltway Center and buy another semi-truck and flatbed trailer for on-site training purposes. That money comes from the Iowa CDL Infrastructure Grant Program. Tonight, residents in Harris, Iowa are learning about an upcoming school bond. It's an $18.6 million referendum that would include a plan to add a pre-kindergarten through 5th grade addition to the middle school, high school building, along with renovations and remodeling portions of that building and improvements to the athletic facilities there. That public meeting gets started here in about 20 minutes at 6:30. That's in the Harris Community Center.